Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today, inshallah, we are going to complete our talk about the aggregate, expenditure, and equilibrium output, Chapter 4. And I see that I have to take some exercises related to the consumption function, the marginal propensity to consume, the marginal propensity to save, and different calculations related to these issues. So, as you know, that in the last class, we discussed the structure of the consumption function. If you remember that, C, the consumption function equals A plus BY, where A is what? The autonomous consumption. And B is the marginal propensity to consume, MPC, which is the slope of the consumption functions, right? So, B, as you know, that P or MBC, the marginal propensity to consume, equals delta C over delta Y, where the change in the aggregate consumption over the change in the aggregate income, right? So, and we know that marginal propensity to consume plus the marginal propensity to save equals how much? 1, yes. Okay, or 100%. So, if the MBC equals 60%, in this case, MBS equals 0.40. Right? Okay. So let's go to, and what about A? A is what? Is the value of consumption when income equals 0. Right? If you remember. So, let's go to take some exercises related to the marginal propensity to consume and the consumption function as well as the saving function. But I will come back quickly to the saving function. As you see, this is C equals A plus BY. This is the consumption function. Is it easy to derive the saving function from the consumption function? Yes, because S equals, yes, S equals Y minus C. So, saving equals Y minus A plus BY, or S equals Y minus A minus BY, right? صح؟ So, S equals, خد عامل مشترك كان بتصير عندنا Y minus BY minus A. So, S equals 1 minus, or Y times 1 minus B minus A. Or, let's reorganize the formula. S equals minus A plus 1 minus B times Y. This is the saving function, right? So, suppose that the consumption function equals, C equals 60 plus 0.35. So, let's derive the saving function. Saving function in this case equals what? Minus 60 plus the 0.65. صح؟ مظبوط ولا لا؟ لأنه S equals minus A. This is A. And this is B. Y, sorry. Yes. Y. تمام? So, S equals minus A in the formula plus 1 minus 0.35 times Y. صح? So, the saving function in this case equals minus 60 plus 0.65. Right? طيب. Suppose that we have a question related or continuous for this formula or this example. Suppose that Y equals 1,000 or $100, $100 billion. If Y equals $100 million, right? Calculate the consumption and saving. We have to apply directly in the formula. C equals 60 plus 0.35 times 100, right? صح? So C equals 60 plus 35 million equals how much? $95 million, right? What about saving? Saving, we can apply the formula, or we can say it equals Y minus C. صح? So, or S saving equals Y minus C. So S equals Y equals how much? 100 minus 95 equals $5 million, right? Or we can use this formula to reach, to calculate the saving or the aggregate saving. So we can use this formula, which equals S equals minus 60 plus 0.65 times 100 times Y. So S equals minus 60 plus 65 equals 5. That's it. The same result. Yes, Muhammad. 35, yes. Why? This is B. This is the marginal propensity to consume. ميل دالة الاستهلاك. Yes, it's given. But in other examples, we can, maybe we might, we have to calculate it. But it depends on the example. Is it given or not? But in this example, as I mentioned, it's already given. So C equals A plus PY. A, 60 plus 0.35 times Y, and so on. Type, suppose that the saving equals 0 in this example. How much is Y? Suppose we have the following formula C. أمسح هذا ولا خليه. Okay. Suppose in this example C or the saving equals 0. Calculate the aggregate output or aggregate income. 100. I don't know, we have to calculate it. So the assumption is if saving or the aggregate saving equals 0, calculate Y from the saving function. So in this case, 0 equals minus 60 plus 0.65 Y. So 0 plus 60 equals, I'm shifting, transfer, right? Equals 0.65 Y. So 60 equals 0.65 Y, then Y قديش تطلع؟ اعملوا calculations. 60 over 0.65 equals how much? 92.3. This is Y. Right? Okay? طيب. Here, as you see, F. Lugan received a 2,500 bonus on his income. أجاله علاوة على الدخل $2,500. And his MBC, marginal propensity to consume, equals how much? Sorry, MBS, yes, equals 0.20. His consumption rises by how much, and his saving rises by how much? As you know that if you receive additional income by an amount of 2,500, you will divide into two parts: consumption and saving. And in this case, the MBS, the marginal propensity to consume or to save, equals 0.20, right? So how much is the saving in this case? Saving, or the amount that goes for saving, equals how much? هذا المبلغ مضروب في الMBS. صح؟ صح ولا لا؟ لأنه because MBS equals what? delta S over delta Y, right? The change in Y is given and MPS is given. Because here we have additional increasing or bonus on Y. So MPS equals 0.20 equals delta S, the percentage change in saving, or the amount of additional income goes for saving is unknown, over 2,500. So delta S equals how much? 500. Right? What about the consumption? Or the part which goes for consumption? We have to derive the MBC, the marginal propensity to consume, right? صح ولا لا؟ شباب, ال MBC equals how much? 1 minus 0.20. صح? Equals 80, 0.80. صح? So, as you know that MBC equals delta C over delta Y. صح? So MBC 0.80 equals delta C over delta Y 2,500. So delta C equals قديش هذا؟ 2,000. So the amount of additional income goes for consumption equals 2,000, and the amount of additional income or the bonus of income goes for saving. إذن قديش الجزء اللي راح لنا على الكونسومشن وقديش الجزء اللي راح على السيفنج? This is the question. So in this case, if, as you see, if a Logan received 2,500 bonus and his MBS equals 0. His consumption rises by قديش? By how much? 2,000. And his saving rises by 500. So C is the correct answer. Right? Is it clear or not? عيد مين عيد له شباب؟ نعم. Yes. The change in income, exactly. The bonus of his income, as you see, it's a bonus. Right? Okay. Okay, let's go to this exercise or this question. Suppose that the consumption suppose that the consumption equals how much? C equals $5,000 or $1 million. When income is $8,000. Why? $8,000. And the marginal propensity to consume equals 0.9. MPC 0.9. When income increased to $10,000, the consumption, the new consumption قديش? So we have, this is C1, Y1, and as you see, when income increased to 10,000, so we have Y1 and Y2. So Y2, in this case, equals $10,000. The question is, how much is the new consumption as a result or due to the increasing income? So as you know that MBC equals delta C over delta Y, or C2 minus C1 over Y2 minus Y1, right? MBC is given how much? 0.9 equals C2 is unknown. C2 minus C1 $5,000 over Y2, the new income $10,000 minus $8,000. So in this case 0.9 equals C2 minus $5,000 over $2,000. So طرفين فوق وسطين. How much is 0.9 times 2,000? قديش الرقم هذا؟ 1,800 equals C2 minus $5,000. So C2 equals the summation of
1,000 minus 5,000.
exactly اللي هو 100,000 1,800 plus $5,000 equals $6,800. Right? مين عنده مشكلة شباب؟ حاضر. Here? Okay, as you see, is it clear? Okay, so طرفين في وسطين. 0.90 times 2000 قديش؟ 1800 1800 right equals الطرف الثاني C2 minus 5000. So in this case it should be constant here or fixed. رحل هذا هنا هيك بتصير C2 equals 1800 plus $5,000. So equals $6,800. تمام؟ مين عنده مشكلة؟ تمام. If the saving function is of the form S equals minus 20 plus 0.30 Y, the consumption at an income level of 200 is equals how much? This is the question. So, as you see, the saving function is given S equals minus 20 plus 0.30Y, right? The question is, at Y equals 200, how much is the consumption? So I think that we have to derive the consumption function. صح? So from the saving function, it's easy to derive the consumption function, and then we can do a direct substitution. So C equals how much? 20 plus 0.70Y, right? So C 20 plus 0.70, let's say 0.7 times 200. So C equals 20 plus 140 equals 160. Okay? Is there a problem? Who has a problem? Sorry? Okay. Yes, ربيع. Exactly. Yes, and المتابع ما يتبعته. طيب, let's go to this exercise or this example. As you see, the consumption function equals C equals how much? 100 plus 0.80Y. The saving equals 0, or her saving equals 0 at an income level of how much? Saving equals 0 at Y equals how much? So we have to derive the saving function. صح? So saving function from this formula equals minus 100 plus 0.20Y. صح? Or 2Y. مظبوط ولا لا? So S equals minus, or at saving equals 0 equals minus 100 plus 0.2Y. So 0 plus 100. Exactly, 0 plus 100 equals 0.2Y. So 100 equals 0.2Y. So Y equals over 0.2. 0.2 equals 500. في عندنا إجابة؟ Yes, 500. Right? طيب, in this formula, how much is the MPS? MPS equals how much?
0.
No. I'm asking about the marginal propensity to save. Because MPC equals how much in this case? MPC 0.80, so, or A 0.8. So the marginal propensity to save MBS equals how much? 1 minus 0.8 equals 0.2. This is the marginal propensity to save from the saving formula. صح؟ And what is this? It's the this saving. minus A is the this saving الادخار السالب. صح؟ طبعا.
هي عكس ال A ولا لا؟ عكس ال A.
Okay. Yes. Let's go to the following exercise. Suppose that we have the following information about an economy. C, or the aggregate consumption. This is what? The aggregate income, Y, and this is the aggregate consumption, C. Let's derive or calculate the aggregate saving. I think it's easy to calculate the aggregate saving. Yes, for each case, exactly, yes. So let's derive the aggregate saving and then let's do different calculations. This is S. For the first case, as you know that S equals Y minus C, right? So for the first case, 0 minus 80 minus 80. This is what? 80 what is 80? It's A. It's the autonomous consumption, which is the value of consumption when income equals 0. So it's A. And then 0.75. And then 100 minus 70. What minus how much?
No.
It's positive. No, negative. 150 minus 215. Sorry? Minus 60. Right? Okay. Let's go to the questions. Is it easy to derive or to calculate the marginal propensity to consume? MPC, the question is calculate the marginal propensity to consume. MPC, as you know, that equals delta C over delta Y, or C2 minus C1 over Y2 minus Y1. Let's take any two cases to calculate the marginal propensity to consume. So these cases, Y1, Y2, C1, C2. 125 minus 80 over 50 minus 0. So MBC equals how much? 45 over 50 equals how much? قديش هذا الآلة؟ 19 0. This is what? The marginal propensity to consume. Right? طيب. Derive the consumption function. C equals what? A plus BY. B is the MBC and A is the value of consumption when Y equals 0. So C, I think it become easy to calculate or to derive the consumption function. C equals A 80 plus, this is MBC, 0.90 Y. Question number 2. Derive or calculate the marginal propensity to save and derive the saving function. MPC, S, equals 0.1. That's it. Because MPS plus MPC must equal to 1. Right? Type. The saving function in this case, S equals minus 80 plus 0.1 Y. This is the saving function. Right? Type. When Y equals 60, suppose it was 400, calculate the consumption and saving. Suppose that Y equals $400 billion. Calculate the consumption or the aggregate consumption and the aggregate saving. I think it's easy. So as you see, okay, when Y equals $400 billion, so C equals 80 plus 0.9 times 400. So C equals 80 plus 9 So yes, exactly. 30. So C equals $440 billion. So how much is the aggregate saving in this case? Saving, we can calculate the saving by using one of the following process. S equals Y minus C. So S equals 400 equals minus 40. Or saving equals minus 80 plus 0.1 Y, or yes, times 400. So S equals minus 80 plus 40 equals minus 40. The same result. Yes. صح? Who has any problem so far? Is there a problem? Okay. Aggregate consumption function حسبناها. What else? Where is it? Yes, please. The MBC, it's already calculated. MPS at an aggregate income of 100 is the same idea. How much is the saving? Let's go to the following diagram to analyze and calculate something related to the MBC, MPS, and the consumption function and the saving function. So as you see, in this diagram or figure, we have the x-axis or the vertical axis, the aggregate consumption, the aggregate income. And this line, which starts from 0, is Y, and this is the consumption function. Right? This is the consumption function starts from what? From 60. What's this? It's A, exactly. Number one, the question is, calculate the marginal propensity to consume, or calculate or derive A equals how much, and MBC equals how much, and then derive the consumption function and saving function. A, in this case, A, as we mentioned, is the value of consumption when Y equals 0, right? So A, in this case, A equals 60, right? Let's calculate the marginal propensity to consume. As we mentioned that the MBC, B, is the marginal propensity to consume, which equals to delta C over delta Y. To make it easy, or to calculate the MBC easy, we have to do a triangle here. شايفين بنبدأ من وين؟ من هنا. صار عندي ايش؟ مثلث. شفت ال60 من وين بديت؟ 60 هذا. بعمل triangle مثلث. عشان احسب السلوب of this. So here we have a triangle. هذا شايفين the blue triangle. We have to calculate the slope of the consumption function, which is delta C على delta Y. This distance equals how much? 200 minus 60, right? قديش هذه المسافة؟ مش هي 200 minus 200 minus 60, صح؟ And this distance 200 minus 0, 200. So this is, or C2 minus C1 over Y2 minus Y1. Right? So MBC equals C2, in this case, this is C2, and this is C1, Y2, Y1. So C2, 200 minus 60 over 200 minus 0, exactly. So equals 140 over 200 equals how much? 0.7. This is the marginal propensity to consume. Right? ايش في مشكلة ياسر؟ طيب. Let's derive or derive the consumption function. It's easy. C equals A plus BY. So C equals A, 60 plus 0.7 Y. This is the consumption function. Let's derive, yes.
Now we can take any point of y and multiply sum.
Yes. Yes.
Do the same always.
Okay, yes. Let's take this a triangle and apply. 130 minus 60 over 100. That's it.
No, I mean in the consumption function.
Yes.
If we took any point of y.
Exactly, yes. Yes. Let's take or assume that the y equals 300. How much is the consumption? 270. So let's apply the formula. So suppose that y equals, in this case, as you see, $300 billion. So C equals how much? C equals 60 plus 0.7 times 300. C equals 60 plus 220 equals 270. That's it. The same result as you see. Right? Is there a problem? Who face a problem? Who has a problem? تمام. So, and also we can derive the MBC by this triangle. بس دائما بدي ابدا من عند ال 60 هذا اللي هو ال A وبعمل triangle عند اي رقمين معروفين. هيو هيك. This distance over this distance. This distance is 130 over 60 minus 60 over 100 minus 0. The same result. Right? Yes. Yes, exactly, yes. هذا عمل triangle هيك من هان لهان بتطلع لها marginal propensity to consume. طيب, suppose that the saving equals 0. How much is y? Yes. Suppose that saving equals 0. If saving equals 0, calculate y. Exactly, yes. So, we have to derive the saving function before starting, right? So, C or S equals minus 60 plus 0.3 y. So, at saving equals 0 equals minus 60 plus 0.3 y. So, 60 equals 0.3 y. So, y equals how much? 200. So at 200, as you see, C equals y. Exactly. صح? At 200, C, y equals C. صح؟ مظبوط ولا لا؟ طيب. Okay, I'm so sorry. امسحه اعيده. Okay. S equals y minus C. No. Sorry. Minus 60. Yes. من الفورمولا هذا S equals minus 60 plus 0.3 y. So at S equals 0, minus 60 plus 0.3 y. So 60. So y equals 200. At 200, y equals C. Yes, Rabia. Assumption, yes. Suppose that saving equals 0. Or sometimes suppose that saving equals minus 100. How much is C? How much is Y? And so on. Huh? Let's come back or go to this figure. As you see, this is what? The saving function or the saving line, function line. At saving equals 0, Y must equal C. صح? The question is derive the saving function and the consumption function, which includes MBC and MBS. Derive the saving and the consumption function from this diagram. To derive the saving function, as you know that saving equals minus A plus 1 minus B times Y. From this diagram, it's saving. This is the saving line. This part, the slope of the saving function. صح؟ مش هذا الميل؟ وهذا اللي هو الماينس هذا. اللي هو هذا. Right? So, S equals or A اللي هو لو كان في الكونسومشن فانكشن بيكون بوزيتيف 500 مظبوط ولا لا؟ صح؟ So A equals minus 500. Sorry, 500 عشان نطبق في الفورمولا اللي لقيت. Let's calculate the slope of this line to derive the MBS. To calculate the MBS, we have to derive the slope of the saving function. عادي triangle عادي. شفت من بدينا the same idea. The slope. هلا من هان لهان قديش؟ 500. 0 minus 500 500 صح؟ over 1000. No لا ليش؟ 0.5 50% صح؟ MBS equals delta S over delta Y. S2 minus S1 over Y2 minus Y1, right? So, 0 minus 500 over 1000 minus 0. لأنه هذا this is S2 و S1 Y2 Y1. بدنا نحسب marginal propensity to save and derive the saving formula, the saving function. So, MPS equals 500 over 1000 equals 0.5. This is the MBC, MBS. اللي هو هذا الجزء. This is the MBS. صح? So, saving function equals minus 500 plus 0.5y. This is the saving function, right? Derive the consumption function from the saving function as used. Let's derive the consumption function. C equals 500 plus المتممة تبعت الهاي اللي هو 1 minus الهاي اللي هو 0.5y. صح؟ Calculate بعد هيك calculate the value of saving when y equals $1,000 billion. The question at 1,000 قديش is saving? 0. But let's do the calculation. So the question is أمسح هذا? Okay. Yes, محمد. Yes.
Minus 500.
This is minus A. This is this saving. Yes, because here we are talking about the saving function, not the consumption function. Because as you see, it has started from the minus. It's minus. But if we would like to calculate the consumption function or to derive the consumption function هتيجي هيك صح؟ But it has, yes, it has the same slope. This is the consumption function. From 500, this is A, but this is S, as you see. صح? Or minus A. It has the same slope. تمام؟ طيب. And at this point, you will see that y equals c at s equals 0. Right? صح ولا لا? Yes.
Saving function. Minus a plus 1
minus b. Yes, yes. Or MPS. 1 minus b is the MPS. The marginal propensity to save. لأنه النص واحد ناقص نص. Suppose it was 0.4, it should be 0.6. Yes, yes, Muhammad. Yes. خد 2 points. خليها, this is S1 بلاش S2 S2. So it should be Y1 Y2. That's it. The same result would be yes. Yes. B is always the marginal propensity to consume, and 1 minus B is MPS, which is delta. Yes. Yes. No. In this case, yes. 0.5, 0.5. In this case, MPC equals MPS, so they have the same slope. Yes. But in another case, it might be larger or smaller, depends on the values, right? So let's go to the exercises or the questions. The question is, calculate or MBC for the household, MPS for the household equals how much, and MPS قديش? MPC and MPS. Okay. The equation for this household saving function, minus 500 plus 0.5y. So which is, yes, C. If or at income level of 1,500, at y equals how much? Y equals $1,500 billion or dollars. This household saving is how much, and the consumption is space 0. So in this case, saving equals how much? S equals minus 500 plus 0.5 times 1,500. So S equals minus 500 plus 750. How much? 250. No, minus. Right? So the saving in this case equals 220. So it's فراغ than to 0. It's larger than 0 or greater than 0, right? And this household's consumption is فراغ than 0. So C, we have to calculate C. C equals Y minus S. C equals Y, how much is Y? 1,500 minus 250 equals 1,250. So it's larger or greater than 0. So which is the correct answer? Greater than. D. Right? Yes, Anas. خلصت المحاضرة ولا إيش؟ We have some important questions. So as you see, this household consumption function is how much? Here, 500 plus 0.5y. What else in the household saving? This household saves minus 300 at an income level of how much? So we have to assume that saving equals minus 300. So saving, as you see in the formula, saving equals minus 500 plus 0.5y. At minus 300 equals 0 minus 500 plus 0.5y. So we have to calculate. So minus it should be positive 200 plus 0 point or equals y. So y equals 400. A, yes. يعطيكم العافية.